I'm not a football coach, so I can't say whether they're misusing the personnel or not. But I think that with if the quarterback, if you're in a situation, and I think the Eagles are a great example of this, not because they're 5-0, but when Hurts is struggling, they run the football, they run the
Hmm.
football, they run the football, and you know what? The leader in running the football right now is currently the 49ers. So, Brock Purdy, I think he had 17 attempts for 24 completions in that game against the Cowboys.
Yep.
Um yeah, he was 14th. No, that's see 49. He was 17 for 24. Yeah, I was right. For 250 52 yards. And without those four touchdowns, that's nothing to write home about. But you know what? They came out and as they always do, they run the football and they
Hmm.
do a lot of misdirection. And you know what? I think that when in doubt, a winning recipe in this league is being able to run the football. I think that the Ravens likely would have won that game this weekend if they continued to run the football. And if Lamar, and I know the fumbles was tough. I'm not going to get into that because it wasn't part of the program here today. But we can certainly talk about it a little bit later. But running the football, I think, is key, and they need to get back to the fundamentals
Actually,
of
we
what
weren't
they
we
do.
weren't running the ball very well against the Steelers. I think the
Thought
big
you were
I think
gonna
the I think
say.
the big key in that game was just the drop passes and the turnovers. That's all it was.
I thought you were gonna say won't go get into Lamar fumbling just to spare Dwight's feelings, but
No, no,
No, I,
I'm not. I'm. You know what? I've come to the conclusion that we're gonna fumble twice a game. So
bro,
when it happens, I just let it be.
that's my fantasy quarterback. I need him not to do that. And Lamar, I trust. So and Hurts trash, but somehow he's been helping Vince out, right?
All I gotta say is you guys passed up on Josh Allen. That's all I gotta say.
You took Josh Allen when I was gonna take
I
Josh
took him
Allen.
in the 6th round. How did he make it to the 6th round? I don't know. It happened.
I'm like,
Because he threw
Papa
15
kind of let me
interceptions
down in
last year.
fantasy.
Threw 15 interceptions last year.
Well, but I'll tell you what, I'm not a. Actually, I'm not gonna get into my fantasy team.
different. There's a
number
difference.
one
Difference.
win.
That's something else.
Moving along.
There's gonna be another tank. Is Matt purposely tanking fantasy for a better pick next year?
Uh
Wait, I think I did have the second overall pick, so my team is a little stacked.
hmm
And me and well, I can't say his name on the podcast, but needless to say, we can move on to Commanders and Bears. Elmo, go.
I had one last one about the Giants is looking it up. Not that this is an excuse, but especially the offense, they're just so young and inexperienced. Like of the starters, other than the right guard, what's his name?
And
Mark.
Matt
What
Breida.
I'm gonna mispronounce his last name, so I'll just call him Mark. His right guard. The oldest players are Saquon and Daniel Jones. Oldest starters. Everyone else is 24 or younger. Other than Waller, I guess. My bad. But yeah, what's his name? Hyatt, 23. Andrew Thomas, 23. Yeah, everyone except Mark, left guard, not right guard, excuse me, is 24 or younger. On the O line, wide receivers are the same way. Yeah, tight end, that's Waller. He's, I guess, the oldest.
So
Not Saquon or Daniel. They're
let
just
me.
so young and experienced. But
Well. Let's not mistaken age for inexperience, Vince. A lot of these guys and a lot of these superstars, and I believe guys like Daniel Jones, they're drafted at the age of 21. So by the time you're 24 years old, you're a veteran in this league. Listen, the average shelf life of a player is approximately what 3.5, 4 years. So
yeah,
you
it's like
can't you can't
2.2, yeah.
if they were starting rookies, like I think for an example, the kid that was getting oh my god, he was toast. He was toast. DJ Moore was as they say, picking his moms up. But that kid, you can say he's young. He's a rookie. Those guys that's playing for the New York Football Giants are not rookies. I'm sorry. They may have a rookie here and there, but the rest of those guys, are
They've been in the league a
are
few years.
at least two to
Uh,
3 year players.
Andrew Thomas, second year, the center. rookie, right tackle, second year, right guard, second year.
We're talking about no
Hyatt.
lineman here now. What are we talking
I'm
about?
getting there.
No, no.
Hyatt, second year. I mean,
Wait.
sorry, Hyatt's a
Start with the
rookie, not
quarterback.
second year.
How long has the quarterback been in the league?
4 years, right?
How
4 or 3.
many? No, don't guess. You got it right in front of you. Look it up.
Yeah, I have his age. It does tell me
I'm.
years of experience.
I mean, let's be honest though. Like, whose fault is it they have a bunch of young guys?
That's true.
It's the organization's fault. So you can't use
Hey,
it as an
listen,
excuse.
listen,
I just
veterans.
said not to use it as an excuse. I'm just pointing out that they're extremely young on offense, at least.
Hey, isn't there like a veteran minimum? The Eagles signed Rasheed Evans, Nick Marrow, the kicker man. These guys are on a practice squad. They're veterans. You don't have to necessarily have these guys on your main roster. Veterans are making less than rookies nowadays.
Yeah.
You can have some veterans on the team.
Yeah,
Still
and
have.
a lot of teams use veterans on the practice squad to coach up these younger guys because they don't have the same physical capabilities, and that's just Father Time getting at you. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Agreed. I was just saying offensively, other than one lineman, the oldest player is Waller. Everyone else is 24 or younger, other than
Okay,
Saquon and Daniel.
I mean, there's a lot of rookies out here balling out who are taking over teams. I don't think it's a matter of them being young. I think it goes back to misuse of personnel.
Look at Puka Nakua.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And there are plenty of
guys
rookies
like
that
Bijan.
do extremely well. But you have to remember, rookies going into that, not only are they less inexperienced, but yeah, the whole thing that a lot of people forget about, that's a whole new playbook. And NFL playbooks aren't like you have in high school or even college. They're like 60 something pages, maybe 50. That's a lot to learn within, what, 2, 3 months from when they're drafted to when they start.
I mean, they have a ton of time during the off season to learn 50, 60 pages. I mean, me being in medical school, I mean, you think I'm only learning 2, 3 pages? No, dude, I have to learn textbooks and all this and all that. And these guys have more time and a greater incentive to sit here and learn those playbooks. I mean, you're getting paid millions of dollars. If I was getting paid millions of dollars, if they told me to, jump, I'd say how high. It's one of those things where they're being compensated appropriately. It's not a matter of a time issue, and it's not a matter of people leading them and coaching them. It's coming down. They're not using their guys appropriately, and it shows because they don't have bad players on their team. I mean, they have people who have great expectations, and for whatever reason, it's not mechanically working for whatever reason.
I agree. I'm just saying that's something to keep in mind. I was trying to make that an excuse or anything. I was just pointing out, yeah, how young they are, and not like a lot of basically saying that's probably one of the younger, if not youngest teams I've seen. Simplify it, but
No, I just don't see it as an excuse. Look at the Texans.
again,
Yeah, Texans are young, and we play a whole lot better than the Giants do. I mean, and we've got a head coach I mean, D'Amico Ryans. This is a first-year head coaching gig for him, and look what he's doing.
I do want to get to the Bears and the Commanders. Do we owe Justin Fields an apology?
Well, no,
No.
not yet. Just real quick here. I just want to point out something. And again, I'm gonna be really quick with this. So, and I'm only gonna highlight the important ones. So they have Barkley. He's a 6-year starter. Let's see. Let's just look at the big names they have here.
Saquon, Daniel Jones, and Waller are the
Matt Breida.
oldest.
Matt Breida, 7 seasons. He's 31 years old.
Again, I don't know how much playing time he gets. That's why I didn't mention
He's
him. I
starting right
mentioned
now.
Saquon.
Well,
He's
again,
starting. He was great down in Miami.
their middle
Even before that.
linebackers is Cameron Brown. He's a 4-year veteran. You got Lawrence Kager, which that guy was killing us in Madden last year. He's a 3-year veteran.
You realize I said offense, right? Because I don't know a
Okay,
lot of the
all right.
defense players, but
Just
yeah.
just just
Anyway,
take it easy. I'm highlighting
go
anybody
ahead.
with 3 years plus. Paris
Take
Campbell.
it easy.
Okay, Paris Campbell. You got Carter Coughlin, which I believe he's related to the previous coach. 4 years. He's a middle linebacker.
Next
See
to
here.
Lawrence is a stud. He's
Uh,
on for 3 years.
and the kicker has 14 years.
That's a kicker. You got
That's
bad when I
Just
mentioned linemen.
hey,
You're out here
their
mentioning kickers.
starting guard,
Mark.
Glowinski. He's
Yeah, I said other than Mark, the left
nine
guard.
9 seasons. Well, the right guard is 5 seasons. So I mean, there's
Mark was a Colt. I know who he is.
okay. They have the defensive backs. Both are rookies, so I can see some issues or potential concerns there. Jalen Hyatt, he's a bum. Excuse me. Cornerback Adoree Jackson, 7 seasons. Daniel Jones, 5 seasons. Let's see. I'm just trying to go down here and look at Dexter Lawrence, 5 seasons. Bobby McCain, 9 seasons. I mean, let's see. And I'm just going by the big name. Xavier McKinney, 4 seasons. Evan Neal, right tackle, 2 seasons from Alabama. You put this guy on the 49ers and he's a stud.
Yep.
Raheem Nunez Roaches. Oh God, that ain't
You
Nunez
just said 2
Roaches.
seasons for the right tackle. That's what I said. Other than left guard, everyone on the line is 2 seasons or less.
Bobby Okiki. I mean, listen, I can see you making the argument that their offensive is a little young, but this defense is
What's the excuse for the defense? Exactly.
That's
It's
all I
not a matter
mentioned
of
was
young.
their offense.
Sterling
It's not a-
Shepard. Sterling Shepard. I forgot about this guy. 8 season. He's a wide receiver, by the way, Vince. Isaiah
They have
Simmons.
him as what? The
Yeah,
fifth string
Isaiah.
receiver? Yeah, Calais
Derek-
Campbell, he's a veteran, but
Calais
he's
Campbell.
like fifth.
Calais
Darius-
Campbell.
I said Calais Campbell.
Darius
Campbell's a Falcon.
Paris Campbell.
Darius Slayton. He's a really good
Yeah.
wide receiver. You put him on another team, he's a stud. That's 5 seasons. Andrew Thomas. How many seasons do you think he's been in the league, Vince?
2. This is
4.
the second.
4. Andrew Thomas is 4 seasons. So hey, listen, these guys are not as young as you think they are. Okay.
He was drafted when he was 20.
Wait, Tywan Jones is still in the league on their team. 13 seasons. This kid was in
Tyrod Taylor?
Taywon Jones. Remember Taywon Jones?
Oh, Taywon Jones. Tyrod Taylor's on their
Andrew
team
Thomas
too.
was drafted when he was 20. I said 2 because I saw 24 people coming out of college.
Wasn't
playoff for years is
Trent
22.
Williams like 19 or something like that? Or Tyron Smith drafted at like 18 or 19?
Yeah.
He
He was drafted like out of high school or something.
I know Juju was really young when he got
19.
drafted.
Yeah.
Hey Vince, your favorite guy, Cole Beasley, plays for the Giants. 12 seasons.
Yeah.
So I mean, listen, I'm not really seeing your point here, and I know I'm beating a dead horse here just by talking about this, but they're not that young on offense. They have an offensive tackle, 3 years. They have Amori Onuchu. I can't pronounce that kid's name.
Close enough.
Amani, the kid that just got a card managed, 5 seasons out of Penn State. Justin Pugh. Justin Pugh's on their team. Vince on their line. How many seasons do you think he's been there?
He's 8, 9 seasons.
11.
Oh wow.
You're looking at backups, you realize that, right?
He was a starter in Arizona, so he's a solid.
Doesn't mean he's a starter in the Giants.
Well, I think that proves the point that Matt was trying to say.
Yeah.
They have
My
talent.
point was just their starters are young. Because you mentioned Sterling Shepard, he's 3rd string. Paris Campbell, 5th string. You mentioned a backup line.
Darius Slayton. He's certainly not. Matt Breida, sorry. Listen, we're going to move on, okay? I think that you're making excuses, and I'm,
I literally said not to make an excuse.
Sometimes, my friend, you gotta call a spade a spade, right?
Know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Vince,
Yes,
it's
sir.
time for you to fold them.